Let's all stay healthy. Let's all stay happy.
BTS Global News Tonight. Seoul, October 2025. The Seoul sky tonight feels quieter than usual. Yet in the digital world, that silence has turned into a storm. Among millions of notifications, trending tags, and endless comments, one topic is shaking the global fandom: Jimin's covert return, Jungkook's cryptic post. No one knows exactly when it began, but one thing is certain. Something is happening, and armies around the world can feel it in the air, like a faint vibration before the thunder strikes. The rumor first surfaced from an unofficial source, a small account claiming to have seen someone who looked like Jimin at Gimpo Airport in the early hours. The man wore a long coat, a gray beanie, and a black mask. No official escort, no professional cameras around, just a few passengers glancing twice, trying to figure out if it was really Jimin from BTS or simply someone with an aura too similar. But a few seconds after that blurry photo was uploaded to X, Twitter, everything changed. The hashtag Jimin is back shot to the top of global trends in less than an hour. However, that wasn't the only thing that set the BTS world ablaze. Exactly 4 hours after the rumor spread, Jungkook posted something on Instagram. Not a selfie, not a concert shot, not a promotion. Just a dark image, nearly pitch black, with a single short caption, "It's never really over." The sentence hung in the air like a mysterious spell. Armies, media outlets, even entertainment analysts tried to interpret its meaning. Was it a subtle sign of support for Jimin? A hint about an upcoming project? Or something far more personal? Within hours, Weverse turned into a battlefield of theories. Fans from every corner of the world began connecting fragments of clues scattered across the digital landscape. Some noticed that Jungkook's post went live at 1:13 a.m., a number deeply symbolic to BTS fans, often associated with June 13th, their debut date. Others recalled that "it's never really over" was a line Jimin once said in a 2020 interview when talking about the bond between members that never really ends, even when we're apart. Was Jungkook quoting Jimin on purpose? And if so, why now? Just as rumors of Jimin's silent return begin to spread, in Seoul, the atmosphere around HYB's headquarters tonight felt tenser than usual. Several reporters stationed outside reported unusual nighttime activity, black vehicles coming and going without logos, and lights on the fourth floor, known as the artist's private area, still glowing late into the night. One anonymous journalist revealed, "Normally after 9 p.m., all rooms are empty. But tonight, there were two shadows in the practice room. I can't confirm who they were, but one looked like Jimin." Meanwhile, HYB's official channels remained silent. No clarification, no statement, no post, nothing. Silence, as always, their loudest signal when something big brews behind the scenes. Let's rewind. 2 weeks ago, Jimin was last seen publicly in Paris, attending a closed meeting with an undisclosed luxury fashion house. After that, he vanished. No social media updates, no public appearances, no online interactions with other members. Jungkook, who was previously active on Weverse Live, also suddenly stopped his broadcasts. The world assumed they were both preparing something, but no one expected that something to arrive so quietly, so mysteriously. Interestingly, a Japanese fan uploaded a snippet of airport CCTV footage appearing to show two figures walking quickly down a departure hall. One was believed to be Jimin, and the other wore a black hoodie identical to Jungkook's favorite brand collection. Armies began speculating they might be traveling together for a secret project, a recording session, or perhaps something more personal. But every theory shifted direction when an insider from the Korean music industry leaked to the media that a comeback involving two BTS members is in the works, with a concept never seen before. The insider refused to name them, but hinted they shared the stage during a solo concert last year. And now, they want to rewrite history. That single statement was enough to ignite the fandom's hearts. Everyone knew who those two members were. Everyone remembered how Jimin and Jungkook's duet last year became one of the most emotional performances in BTS history, so moving that many cried when they embraced at the end of the song. Could this be the continuation of that moment? The mystery deepened when a BTS makeup staff member accidentally posted an Instagram story showing a makeup table labeled J.K and PJM. The story was deleted within minutes, but not fast enough to escape Army's eagle eyes. Screenshots spread across platforms within 15 minutes. From that moment, the world knew. This wasn't a coincidence. As night fell, Jungkook edited the caption of his Instagram post. It now read, "For the ones who never stopped believing." That was all, but it was enough to shake the fandom once more. Comments poured in, some expressing love and support, others crying as they remembered that phrase was once used by Jungkook in his handwritten note when BTS announced their hiatus. He wouldn't write that without reason. One Army posted on Reddit, "I think he's telling us they're back, but on their own terms." Meanwhile, fans in Seoul claimed to have seen a black HYBE van parked in Gangnam late at night. From a distance, two figures stepped out and entered a small building often used for secret dance rehearsals. One witness whispered to a reporter, "I can't be 100% sure, but I know that walk. It was Jimin." No doubt. By morning, the world woke up in sweet confusion. Major media outlets, from Dispatch to Rolling Stone Korea, released speculative headlines that almost read the same. Are Jimin and Jungkook preparing a reunion? Even CNN Asia joined in, calling it the quietest yet loudest comeback in Korean entertainment. Amid all this noise, one thing hadn't changed. Jungkook still hadn't spoken. No clarification, no live broadcast, no further posts. But at 11 p.m., he liked a fan's comment that read, "If he's back, we're ready." That was all it took to send the internet into meltdown. Meanwhile, on a fan community site, someone with the username silvermoon_pajam uploaded a blurry photo taken through a studio window at night. Two silhouettes could be seen, one sitting before a microphone, the other standing behind, head slightly bowed, as if watching over tenderly. At the bottom of the image, a faint caption read, "Recording again, quietly." No one knew if it was real or edited. But as always, BTS and mystery are inseparable. Every time the world thinks it can predict their next move, they take a sharp turn and write a new chapter, louder, deeper, and more breathtaking than before. Yet for some armies, Jimin's silence is the answer. They know he never appears without reason, nor disappears without meaning. Since his debut, every move has carried weight, every gesture has held a story. So when whispers of his return began, many didn't see it as just a physical comeback, but a spiritual one. Perhaps he was returning to the stage, to music, and maybe to someone who had been waiting on the other side of the silence. And if that someone is Jungkook, it's no wonder why his Instagram words feel so profound. It's never really over. That's not just a message to the world. Maybe it's a private vow, a promise once made between the two of them, beneath the glow of practice room lights when all cameras were off and only two voices remained in the dark. Now, the world waits. No official schedule, no posters, no HYB announcement. But in millions of hearts, something has begun to stir again. A feeling that once existed, now breathing anew. And perhaps, when that studio door finally opens, we'll hear the voices that once silenced the world. Two voices searching for each other in the dark, then finding harmony once more. Because as Jungkook said that night, and as Jimin has always believed, it's never really over. And tonight, Seoul knows. Something big is breathing again beneath its quiet sky.